Hello everyone, how you doing? This is Omowale Adewale, and I can't wait for the UK Veg Fest to talk intersectionality. And in my intersectionality talk, I'll be talking about the struggle of intersectionality, and first start off with working class. So in my book, An Introduction to Veganism and Agricultural Globalism, I talk about the so-called third world worker, and in the latter half of the book. And so when it comes to intersectionality, if we become vegan, do we understand their struggle to get fruits and vegetables sent over here, and what kind of struggle are they going to or through in the West, when they're here as workers, immigrant workers, sometimes undeclared status workers. When we look at in terms of those so-called third world countries, their land being taken away to plant GMO crops. How does that actually happen? And so I'm going to go into that, and how even in our way of life of becoming vegan, how we basically eradicating certain countries' way of living, places all around the world, places like Brazil, places like Sri Lanka, places like India, which has amount of in the last 16 years, 250,000 suicides of farmers, just growing food. So when we understand intersectionality, we understand that we're destroying all forms of oppression, oppression against animals, oppression against working class, the poor, LGBTQ community, black and brown communities, oppression of women. So I'll talk about how that's a struggle and how that's difficult for a lot of folks in the West, a lot of the white community, and how I have seen it myself, being a black man who's working class in the United States, and that being a huge issue. And I center it a lot on my experiences, but also in my book, because I think it's tough for people to grasp, as we're vegans, right? And so we depend a lot on plants, a lot of plant foods. But this plant food is grown all around the world. A lot of it GMO. Even when it's organic, it's a struggle. It's tough on the worker to be able to feed their family. The whole laws have to be changed. Whole cultures have to be changed. Their way of living, their land has to be eradicated, and then cropped with crops that are going where? To the West, to make the West money. So even when we become vegan, there is still forms of oppression. So it's very real, and I'm going to talk about this in a very real way. I can't wait to hear the questions, the comments. My book again is An Introduction to Veganism and Agricultural Globalism. I've heard from some vegans who've been vegan for decades that they haven't seen the concept of veganism and agricultural, or veganism and globalism married. So they're not strange bedfellows, of course, and I can't wait to discuss it with you. All right. My website is omowale.org. That's OMOWALE.org, and I will see you at the UK Veg Fest. Yes.